Hey y'all, it's Intuitive Alyssa here. So, I wanted to sit and have a little heart to heart, a little chit chat with you that will be watching this and listening in on. This is a really important message that I want to give to you all. And I want to do a disclaimer also when I'm about to say, because I don't want anybody in the tarot industry, the psychic community, any sort of the community period, to think that I am bashing on anybody, because I'm not with what I'm about to say. If anything, if they have any grain of salt in what they do, they'll completely understand what I'm about to say to you, because a lot of them give this same discernment message when they're doing their reads, when they're pulling cards, when they're picking up messages, things like that. The major thing that I want to get across to you right now is really be mindful and have discernment when you listen to reads, when you get readings, when you listen to any type of messages like all signs or a collective for a certain astrological sign, things like that. The reason being is that, and I'm not saying anybody in particular, I'm just throwing it out there here as a general message, is that addiction can be real to getting messages and getting reads. And it's important to keep in mind, if you're listening to different readers, they're going to pick up different messages. Possibly. I mean, there's a lot of times I've even kind of, went and listened. And there's some that are on the money. I've actually had some readings, and I've kind of looked at what some other readers have come up with along with what I do. That's one reason why I have kind of backed off from watching other readers. I support them, love them. I will give them shout outs, and I'm actually going to post some links to some that I've recently been watching that I'm like, wow, okay, I see you. You're good. Very resonating, and they're more into helping you with self-improvement and with getting your shit together versus necessarily what's on this other person's mind or things like that. Be mindful when you're listening to these messages, and please be mindful of listening to one and then going, after that one ends, going and clicking on another one and listening to it. You are really messing yourself up and doing yourself a really bad service when you do that. You need to be very careful and mindful when you are going to get readings and when you're listening to readings, because energy shifts so much. I know there's timeless readings, there's things like that, and there are times when you are called to read and listen and things like that to certain messages that may have been recorded maybe even a year ago. Okay. My main thing that I'm trying to get across is psychic addiction. Be careful about going and turning on one YouTuber. Okay. Oh, I like what they said. Yeah. The so-and-so, yeah, I feel good now. And then you go and click on another reader. Completely different read. Completely different answer. Completely different. And then you get yourself upset. And then you go down another rabbit hole and you listen to another one to see what that one says. I love each and every one of you. Please do not fall into that trap of going to multiple readers, especially in a certain time period, like back to back to back. And there's people actually out there too. It's not just with YouTube. There's some like psychic lines, psychic online chats, things like that, where people will go to one reader and then they'll be like, okay, cool, and then they'll turn right around and go to another reader to get to test to see if they're going to get the same answer. And then they get a different answer again. And then they just continue in this sick cycle of getting themselves twisted up and getting themselves upset, not knowing the truth. Let me give you a little secret. You know the truth. If you are having to go to multiple readers, you already know the answer. Okay? You already know. So do not spend all that money. Please, by all means, support readers that you do enjoy and you do feel a connection to, of course. By all means, please support them. But don't continuously go searching gypsy-like around on a wild goose chase on energies. Especially when you already know the answer deep down. And you're spending all this money, all this energy, getting yourself worked up into a tizzy. Work on yourself. I am here to tell you, it's okay. You will be okay. You do not need to go on a wild goose chase to find out about people's feelings, about people's intentions. It's fantastic if you want to find out, like how your money, career, your love is going to be. That's great. But when it comes to going on a continuous wild goose chase to find out about how somebody feels about you, or if you're going to reconnect, or if you're going to do this, or you're going to do that, you're going to continue to hurt yourself. Because deep down, you already know the fucking answer, okay? If you are on YouTube, calling or chatting online with psychics, things like that, you already know the answer. Boo-boo, you already know the answer. So stop wasting your hard-earned money on a wild goose chase. And spend it on something to glow you up, do you up. Treat yourself. Stop falling into that addictive pattern of needing to know something, and it may not even be real-time accurate. Because here's the other thing about when you go and read with multiple people, is that the energy changes every single second. One reader, they could be picking up on your person of interest, and that person could be having the best fucking day ever. Everything's going great. They're in the best of moods. They're living their best life. They're happy, they're jolly, whatever. And then 2 minutes later, they get a call with bad news about something, or they have a flat tire. I don't know why that popped in my head. But they have something happen. The energy completely shifts. So their energy is chaotic. Okay? So that might not give you an accurate read, sweetie. Their energy shifting. And it may not even have anything to do with you. That is the danger of going back to back and getting your energy read. The energy's read. You've got to have some discernment and give it time. But sweetie, you also need to work on yourself and learn how to trust your voice, trust your judgments, trust your intuition first and foremost. I am definitely not saying don't go support YouTubers or people that are on these lines or things like that. I'm definitely not saying don't go to them. I'm just saying be cautious and be discernment. Have discernment. Okay? Don't go back to back. Don't go and spend $20-$30 here on this one and then turn around right after you get off the phone or off the chat or whatever it is, or listening to the read or whatever, and then go and click on something else. Be very careful. Be so careful. You've got precious energy. You've got a precious heart. You've got a precious soul. And I want to see you grow, and I want to see you thrive. but mainly I want you to realize and accept truths and have a healthy mindset and be able to rely on your own self and not always going to somebody else for some type of advice, because energies are ebb and flow and they change. Feelings aren't facts. Things change. Work on manifesting in yourself and what you want and how you want it, and trust your intuition. And by all means, take some of that money that you're using on this wild goose chase and treat yourself. Okay? Treat yourself. That is my main message to you. It's been on my heart and I wanted to get it out. So take it and please embrace it. And I hope that this can get to you and help you if you have been struggling with that type of behavior and that type of pattern and mentality. I have nothing but love, and as always, you can reach out to me at intuitivelissa@gmail.com if you want a reading, if you have any sort of inquiries, things like that. You can reach out to me there, and I'll be more than happy to arrange something to get with you one-on-one. You all have a beautiful rest of your weekend. Make it a good one, and I will have more for you soon. Bye for now.